Ooh, my biggest hero in life. I guess it would be.
Let me ask you this, as we're kind of getting sentimental about family and things like that. And,
uh,
and this is a question we ask everyone on the podcast, and it doesn't have to be necessarily someone that's famous or a singer. It could be a family member, but we always ask, who is your biggest hero in life?
ooh, my biggest hero in life. I guess it would be my parents. Both of them together as a combined hero. They are just lovely. I love my parents so much. I guess that really would be my heroes. They're very, supportive and loving and always there for me and have always just loved me for who I am. And yeah, I think it's my parents for sure.
I think that's perfect. I've
Yeah.
got to say that I've done a couple of episodes for this season, and this is the third season of the podcast. And season 1 and 2, pretty much all of our guests chose their mum. And
Oh.
dad's never really got any love. There was maybe 1 or 2 people that said dad. This season, everyone has said both parents, and I'm so here for it. Like, I'm so
No
here for
way.
both parents being celebrated
I'm
at the same
following. I'm
time.
follow. I'm following the trend. No, but I love my dad. He's fantastic. My dad is such a hero. He's really amazing. So yeah, but I can't. Yeah, they're. I can't pick one of them. They're like equally amazing.
Perfect. Yeah, no, shout out to your parents. Shout out to E6
Shout
parents.
out.
Hi.
Yes.
Um,
Hell
I
yeah.
think it's time to maybe set the scene for your dream concert. So the way that we'll do this is I'll start off by talking about your venue choice first.
Uh huh.
We'll talk about that a little bit. I'll ask a few quick questions, and then we'll do it kind of bit by bit. So we'll do like the first act, a few questions, second act, etc. So
Ooh.
let's start with the venue. And this venue can be anywhere. It can be a beach. It could be Glastonbury. It could be wherever you want in the world. It's your dream concert to go and be an audience member for. So where would your venue be?
So it's funny you said beach and Glastonbury because that was seriously two of. I had like three kind of dream venues, and I didn't. It also like I feel like it depends on what music you're listening to also a lot and what these artists that I picked, what kind of music they make. Um, so I'd love to go to a beach concert and I would love to go to a festival concert, but I have chosen the concert hall in Gothenburg as my dream venue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, lovely. What's it called?
It's called Konserthuset, so it's called like concert hall.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay,
it's a
cool.
beautiful venue. It's simple. It's a beautiful venue here in Gothenburg, and I have just kind of like, you know, been there a lot with my grandma growing up, going there, seeing classical music, seeing, Swedish pop artists singing, performing, and I got to perform there myself last year, which was amazing. And it's just a beautiful venue, and it just gives me the best vibes. And I felt like I would have loved to see my dream artist there.
Amazing. Perfect. What a great choice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
so we've got your venue.
Yeah.
I now want to talk about maybe who you would take to your dream concert. So obviously you
Ooh.
can take anyone you want. Do you have a core? So some people have like a core set of people that they take to a concert. Some people choose their
Uh-huh.
family. Some people just want absolutely an abundance of random people joining them. But who would you take?
I would take a group of friends. I
Nice.
can't pick just
Love that.
one, I don't think, because I'm like, who would that be? But for sure I'd go with a group of friends. That is my
Nice.
dream. Yeah.
Perfect. And do you drink?
I do. I love a drink and I love a little cigarette and just like having a good time before and then, hanging out with friends and then going to the concert. I mean, that would be
Love that. Love
the
that.
dream.
Okay, so another thing we always ask is because I think it's quite important to pick a decent place to stand to watch the concert.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so like some people like to chill out in the VIP section and watch kind of side stage. Some people like to be like me by the sound booth because
Mhm.
it's going to be a decent view, decent sound, everything going on. Some people wanna be right at the front. Where would you wanna be?
I think I'm like you, and I wanna be this is seated. This is a seated venue, so I would wanna sit somewhere near the sound booth because I feel like that is the best sound in the venue. You wouldn't wanna be too close. You wouldn't wanna be too far back. So, yeah, like in the middle where the sound booth is the perfect
Nice. It's always a good
spot.
view as well. You can always
It
see
is.
everything
It's an amazing view. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
perfect. Okay, amazing. So we've set the scene
Yeah.
for your dream concert. We have an idea of where you're sitting, who you're going with, what it all looks like. I'm quite interested. I will be looking up the architecture of the concert hall after this because I love
Do it, because it's
concert halls.
lovely.
There you go. Like I just think when you look at them and they, they're built for their acoustics and everything. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, that's cool. Um, Let me ask you a few quick questions then before we go into your first act for the night, because I just want to hark back again to kind of you as a songwriter in between this kind of dream gig building.
Yeah.
So when you sit down to write a song, what comes first? Are you powering out lyrics? Is it the melody? Are you doing all the instrumentation?
It usually is, melody that comes first and then lyrics. And I most of my songs, like 95% of them, I've written together with someone else, and it's usually me and one other person. And I am not amazing on instruments. I can play a bit of piano, but I'm not, very good at that. So it's usually the other person that I'm with, and I'm kind of just saying what kind of feeling I'm in and what, where I'm at um in my kind of state of mind. And then they usually play something in that kind of world. And then I just start singing, and then comes the lyrics, and then the song is done in like an hour. Usually.
Nice.
And
In an
if I feel
hour.
like if you work I feel like yeah, I feel like I mean, you can sit and you can write lyrics for a little bit longer, but, like, most of it comes pretty quickly, and I feel like when the songs that I've worked harder on and really, like, felt like I couldn't really, like, get a handle on, taken too long of a time, it's never really been a song that I've chosen to do anything with.
That's
So,
fair
yeah,
enough. I
it
guess it's
usually comes really quickly.
because it's like a flow, like you're in flow
Yeah,
state, so it's like flowing it out, and yeah, no, I get that.
yeah,
That's completely fair. I don't know why I
yeah.
questioned it to begin with.
No, but
Okay,
it feels like yeah, it's
so
just it usually comes really quickly and then you're in the vibe and then if not, you kind of move on. You're like, okay, or I do. I'm like, I don't we'll try something else. And then they play something else and then we're like, yeah, we're onto something. And then it all just yeah, happens very quickly.
nice, nice. So segueing on from that, then,
Uh-huh.
if if you were to show only one song to
Yeah.
someone who's never heard your music before, to kind of show them exactly who you are and what your music is, what would you
Hmm.
choose from your catalog?
I would choose Always You, which is my latest song. I feel like I get like just prouder and prouder of the music that I make. I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to how I really want my music to sound like, and I feel like Always You is a perfect representation of that. Yeah,
Amazing. Great choice. Great choice.
thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna you're welcome. I'm I'm gonna ask a couple of they're not silly questions because they've got meaning behind them, but slightly more playful questions
Oh yeah.
before we go into your next act. Okay, so I'm gonna ask two very quick questions and then we'll go into a very quick game. And
Okay.
I'll explain it all to you as we go along. But if your life was a movie right now and you're in the end credits of the movie, it's the very end of the movie,
Hmm.
what song are you picking to round off the whole movie?
Ooh. Um, West End Girl with Lily Allen.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
I feel like I don't really. I feel like I've been spending a lot of time in London. And I felt like that was fun, and I have it right in front of me on my Spotify on my computer. I listened to that album a lot lately, and I felt like that's fun. And I'm in
It's a
like
great
I'm a good place in my life, and I feel like I'm having fun, and I feel like that song is a bit cheeky and like fun. Yeah, I'd pick that one.
nice, great
It's kind
choice,
of random, but
great choice.
it's fun.
Okay, and then I guess back to a slightly more serious question, but still quite fun. Just bringing back that nostalgia element, I guess.
Uh-huh.
If you could go back and hear any song again, but for the first time, so it was like you've never heard it before, and you get to relive that experience,
Mhm.
what would you pick?
Um, there's so much music, and when these questions, it's like a question like this, it just feels like it becomes like error in your head. You're like, there's so much to pick from. There's so much amazing. But and just because I said that, I got a song now, and I have my answer. It is "Take Me to Church" with Hosier.
Brilliant choice. I, I,
Because
I
that
will
was the song
say,
I remember hearing it on the radio, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what is this?" And like his
yeah,
voice, the sound of this, like I was just like, "Wow, yeah, I'd
it's a
pick
great
that song."
choice. It's a great choice.
Yeah,
Just to put your mind at ease as well, everyone that I ask questions like that to, come on here and they're just like, "Okay, whoa, I've gotta think. Give me a
yeah,
second," like,
yeah. And you want to give a good
and,
answer, and you're like, "Oh my god, there's so much good music," and you're like, "Oh, what should I pick?" But that is honestly just because I said that, I was like, "That is my answer. That's a good answer. I like that answer. Take me to
it's
church."
perfect answer. It's
Yeah.
perfect answer, and with that, I'm gonna move you on to, a quick fun game.